More specifically, my liquor cabinet. And I drink 1, 2 beers, 3 beers, 4 beers, 5 beers, 6 beers, 7 beers, Crown Royal, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, vodka, tequila, and a couple more beers on top of that. And for all the people around the world watching their little TV sets, if you think it's Stone Cold Steve Austin should be able to whip a man's ass when he sees fit, give me a hell yeah. That's what I...
Welcome to another Thursday night edition of Beyond the Ropes. I'm Randy, my hetero life mate that way. Fernando.
What it do? What it do?
We get to talk wrestling. A lot of wrestling, actually.
Hot damn, what a fucking weekend.
It was a lot of good wrestling.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But, you know, it kind of sucks that we didn't get to do an episode that we wanted to do before the weekend happened. Conflicting schedules got the best of us. We apologize in advance if you want an apology. This is the best you're going to get. But guess what? We still got to watch wrestling. I know you did too. So, you know what, Randy, let us know. You had the premium live experience and the premium experience to be out there in Vegas, you piece of shit. I'm so very happy, stoked, glad, all the positive things that I don't know how to say to you about you being able to go out there and have a great time and stuff and spending all your wife's money and everything. And I just want you to let us know.
That is right.
You probably won't make the mortgage this next month, but I want you to let us know how was what was it like, dude? What was the experience? Give us some of that. Bring some of that energy that was over here, because I know it wasn't on night one.
I'll tell you this.
The energy was not there night one.
I'll tell you this. This has financially ruined me. Okay?
There you go. Man, when I saw that sign, man, I marked that so hard. I was like, yes. Because I think that's everybody out there.
No, man, it was actually fantastic week of wrestling. So I got to experience SmackDown on Friday, NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday morning,
Yeet.
WrestleMania Night 1,
Yeet.
WrestleMania Night 2,
Yeet.
Raw after Mania,
Yeet.
NXT after Mania. So I got to watch a lot of fucking wrestling, and I got to do a lot of live events all around Las Vegas. There was a lot of those WrestleCon. There was the WWE World where it had like the Fanatics. It had the the wrestlers. There was a big ring, so I got to see some wrestling, and of course you got the big store. So I mean, just a lot of fucking wrestling. So going into it, Friday night, pretty decent lead up. There was a lot of there was a lot of hype behind it. You got to see some of the championships be defended, because as crazy as it may seem, like for some reason the belts aren't defended on WrestleMania, but you got stupid matches like there was a lot of stupid matches like the Chad Gable match. That was stupid. Why was that on the fucking WrestleMania? Stuff like that where championship belts could have been defended. They could have had the U.S. women's title, the women's intercontinental championship, the tag team title. So one tag team was defended on WrestleMania, the other one wasn't, which was weird. So, but nonetheless, badass atmosphere. T-Mobile Arena, was sitting pretty damn close, enjoying all kinds of wrestling, man. It was pretty badass. Now, I heard you say night one WrestleMania, you didn't feel the energy. I beg to differ, man. It was different. I don't know what you heard on the TV. I haven't watched it back yet, but it was fucking crazy the whole fucking night.
I can tell you from my side, my family's side, dude. When we watched night one, it was lackluster. The matches didn't compare to how night two hit on TV. Like night two had more energy and emphasis on it. the crowd didn't seem, at least through the microphones on what we could hear on TV, didn't seem like they were into what was going on for a lot of the matches. And a lot of those matches could have been done on Raw, like crazy enough. Maybe pull out a couple of the matches that were on the main card. I mean, on the Sunday card, and just pull a couple off of Saturday and throw them there, and that should have been WrestleMania. Pull a 5 hour AEW show, honestly, because 2 days was no, dude. You had Raw after Mania. Why'd you need Raw before?
And we talked about this leading up to WrestleMania. It was been a pretty weak build to a lot of stories, right? I think the biggest disappointing one for myself was Bailey faking an injury so Becky Lynch can come up. I'm all for
Yeah.
Becky Lynch coming back, but not the way they did it. You take someone's spot who's been busting her
Hmm.
ass, and you
Yep.
haven't been doing shit. And because it's Lyle Valkyrie and for some reason she's also the IC champion, why was she going for the belts to begin with? One, right?
Hmm.
Why was she going for the belts? Why didn't you just give Bailey some random tag team or bring Asuka back or whatever, right? Maybe Bailey and fucking Becky Lynch. Who cares, right? But don't take Bailey
Correct.
out of it when she's not the champ. You pulled her off of WrestleMania, and then don't get me wrong, like the crowd was hot for it. They're pumped for it, but I didn't want to see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez lose that belt,
Correct.
right? I'm glad they won it back on Monday, but it was just it was a weird build up. It was a weird build up. Again, I think that what if it, what, have you pulled a match card by chance?
I actually have some of the matches here on. Thank you, as always, to the SmackDown Hotel.com.
That cop.
Oh my God. Shout out Joey Styles. What up, Joey Styles? Oh my God.
Living legend. Living legend.
Leg for real. What what matches do you want me to roll through? Do you want me to just run them down
Yeah, just
or?
run down, and I'll tell you like because I was there. Like I said, it was just I thought it was
Mhm.
like it was hype the whole time. It really was. Now I
I'm
think I'll
hoping.
tell you what people didn't like, and it got annoying. The fucking Travis Scott theme song. That shit got old real
Fiend,
quick.
fiend, fiend,
Yes,
fiend. Yeah,
that
I'm
that shit got so old
horribly.
real quick, real quick.
I'm tired of that damn. I'm tired of listening to that damn song. I'm tired of it being played. It's played out. Fiend, fiend, fiend. I was like, dude, whatever. That's not my style of music anyway. All right, let's go with it. I mean, hey, they started off hot with the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso versus Gunther.
It was wild. It was
Yep.
wild. It was obviously it's the Yeet movement. If
Right,
you're not
right.
gonna main event, which you knew he wasn't, you start off the fucking WrestleMania. Started off hot. The entrances were good. I mean, if I would gauge the crowd, a lot more people wanted Gunther to win. If I'm being honest with you, like
Wow.
yeah, like don't get me wrong, everyone loves to Yeet. Everyone does, right? It's fun, but a lot of the crowd was really going for Gunther. Like again, the build up after John Cena pulled that shit at Elimination Chamber with Rock kind of took
Hmm.
all the steam out of Jey Uso being the number one contender because he won the Royal Rumble, and then all this little sad bullshit stuff. Like we've been talking about it, right? Like this,
Hmm.
I don't know if I can do it. This and that. Don't get me wrong. I get to build up the final payoff at the big event, which he did, and everyone was pumped for it. But being there, a lot of people were going for Gunther, myself included. Like I like Jey Uso. I like the Yeet shit, but Gunther's still the better fighter at the end of the day.
Right.
So, and we were talking about this last week. Where does this go, right? Where does Jay go from here? And we discussed maybe not someone taking off the belt from him, but him starting a rivalry with somebody, right?
Right.
The draft's about to happen. John Cena's your champ, maybe to the end of the year, maybe. So you know that belt has to go to Netflix. So maybe
Hmm.
some time for some flip flop. And Jay being on SmackDown might work out better in the long run. So, but again, a great match. It was pretty awesome to see live. How did you feel about that match? Watching it.
Watching it was good. Watching it was good. I enjoyed what happened, but I'm gonna say that the finish was a horrible part. The
The choke
finish of
out.
that match, because you've been, I get it, you are throwing yourself at this immaculate wrestler that can really just pummel the shit out of you. You've had this weak build up. You have to give it your all. It's time to fucking go. And he did everything in his arsenal. Wasn't much, but he did. And to get him back with a sleeper hold choke and Gunther actually tapping to it was weak as fuck. It should have been Gunther passing out if you really wanted it to mean something. You've been fighting this whole damn time. You've been dealing with, I can't do it, I can't do it. Yes, I can do it. I'm not scared of you no more. Then choke that mother out. Get him, just lay him out. Instead, you actually see Gunther tap, and you just lost credibility to one of your longest reigning IC champ and current world heavyweight champ. That it made him look really weak, and it's sad because where do you go from here with Gunther? He's going to take some time off. Is he going to come back? Is he going to go fight against Rusev? Now Rusev's back. I mean, you probably have some avenues. Are you going to put him back in contention for a world title? What are you going to do? But you made Gunther look really weak by him tapping out to Jay because I don't think Jay can make anybody else tap out.
Yeah, I think like there are matches where people need to tap out, right? Kurt Angle taps out to Eddie Guerrero. No one looks weak there, right?
Hmm.
But in this situation, Gunther needed to pull a Stone Cold and pass the fuck out,
Yep.
and then just let it win like that. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I mean, it's good to have a new champ. It's different.
No.
I'm just curious. I'm just
I was
curious to
waiting
go.
for it.
Yeah,
I was ready for it. I wanted to see the new champ. I just didn't know how it was gonna play out like this.
yeah, for sure.
And I just wasn't a fan of him not passing out.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
What's the next match on there?
The World Tag Team Championships, Kofi and Xavier Woods, the New Day versus the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar.
So as crazy as it may seem, like I've been not really feeling the tag team division, especially on Raw, right? It was a pretty good match live. It's a pretty good match. Like
Okay.
they pulled out all. I think really it was more of an impressive win for the War Raiders, and then New Day steals it, and that's the whole point, right? They're trying to build this heel group, but they haven't been doing much, and the tag team division on Raw isn't that strong.
Hmm.
So it's a quick win for the bad guys, and now the good guys have something to chase, and
Right.
the heels can be chicken shit. That's perfect. That's perfect to
Hmm.
lead into the next story, whatever it may be. But a decent match. I would again could have been a main event on Raw.
Yeah, but that also doesn't that put another accolade on top of the New Day being, uh, I believe, tied with the Usos for as many championship reigns as they've had.
I think tied, not yeah tied, but maybe not longest reigning.
No, because no, not longest reigning. Because the between the two, I think who is it? Not New Day. The Usos had like 10. They're 10-time champs, and
I
I
think
think New
so.
Day,
Yeah,
and I think New Day's catching up, finally getting number 9, if I'm not mistaken. Or
yeah.
they could be tied, but I don't remember where exactly where it's at. I'll have to research that one later. Next match: Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Man, I like the Naomi character. Pretty weak match personally.
Hmm.
I didn't care for it. Um, it looked like Jade Cargill live really fucked up Naomi doing a move,
Right,
and
right.
then I watched something back, and it really looked like she fucking like knocked her ass out a little bit, and she kind of went out of it because I think although I like Jade and she they pushed her to the moon in AEW, she should have went to NXT to kind of
Hmm.
get her reps in a little more. But I like Naomi's character, and I think this kind of leads up to blaming Bianca and going that route since Bianca didn't win, right? So,
Right.
I think there's a lot of the stuff is story building, and most of these matches could have been. I mean, I get when you see the
I'm
card.
telling you.
When you
I'm
see the
telling
card,
you.
I was there. I
These.
think the excitement of being there was a lot different, so I didn't really feel that. I was like, this is fucking awesome, just being here.
You fucking mark.
I am fucking Mark when you're
You
live.
fucking mark. Yeah, when you're live, yeah, you best mark out. You paid for that shit.
Exactly,
You paid
exactly.
for that shit. Next one, the United States Championship, Jacob Fatu versus L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Dude, people were going crazy. This is a badass match. I
Hmm.
liked it. They both.
Hmm.
What's the term they use? One got over, one gets over, got
Both get
over.
over. Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a fucking great match, and everyone was fucking pumped to see Jacob Fatu. This kind
Hmm.
of pushes the storyline because Tama Tonga's out. He's out with an injury, so now it's really just Solo and him. So this is where
Yep.
Solo turns on him, or whatever happens here at this point.
And it's gonna be another lead up because now he's the champ. Who's gonna take him?
I think this is a time where Solo tries to help and keeps on costing them matches. Maybe not for the belt, but just costing them matches.
I
And
mean, it could be
then,
a nice little lead up on that shit. It'd
yeah,
be fun to see eventually Fatu and Solo go at it, but don't just focus on Solo. You got to focus on others that are worthy of trying to go after the championship.
agreed. I'm pretty sure first lead up. I know because WWE's a little weird about rematch clauses because they'll give some to some people and not to everybody on all belts. So I
Mhm.
think LA Knight gets another rematch, but maybe a three-way, him, Shinsuke, and Jacob, or him, Braun Strowman, or Braun Strowman's next, since they've been having that feud. So this opens it up to kind of see what happens, right? Because Jacob Fatu's a heel, but
Yep.
a heel that everyone likes. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. But it was pretty badass to see him win. I wanted LA Knight to win, honestly, but
Hmm.
Jacob Fatu, he better fucking run with his ball. Better run
That's
with his
right.
ball.
That's right. Because everybody believes in Fatu.
Dude, his fucking shirt. What did it say? He go, all gas, no brakes.
That's right.
I'm about to dog walk your ass and beat your ass up and down. That's what that new shirt says. I'm about to beat your ass
About the
up and down
dog.
the street. Yeah.
About
Well,
the
it says
dog
I'm about to
walk your
dog
ass.
walk your ass, but
Hell
it
yeah.
also says I'm about to beat your ass.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's about time. Give us back some attitude era style things that are going on, man. Because I mean, a lot of the people that watch now, it's not just the kids, man. It's us too. It's us.
They
It's
they gave us a Stone Cold blood shirt. We haven't seen blood
yeah.
on his shirt in a while, so this is a good lead up.
There you go. Next one, got a few more matches on for the Saturday. El Grande Americano versus Rey Phoenix because Rey Mysterio was injured,
I mean,
really injured.
I gave it to Ray Phoenix. They gave him an opportunity, and he made the
Hell
most of it.
yeah.
Right? I mean, he just came 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks
Mhm.
ago, and now him and his brother on the main event of WrestleMania. That's pretty
But
badass.
but you cannot say that they were not already ready.
Oh
They've
yeah,
been
yeah.
ready. They've
They've
been
been
ready
ready.
since AEW
Yeah.
pushing that. Since they were doing stuff in TNA with less crowds, but for them to be in front of 60,000 plus because they never get the damn number right because they were sold out, even though there's 75,000 seats in LA. I mean in Las Vegas. But I digress. Shit, it's
This is the way I hear it
be.
explained. Those were tickets sold, and imagine all the comps that people are
Oh my
giving.
god.
That's what it is. So there's a lot of comps, but
Yep.
tickets sold 61 whatever. That's how you're supposed
Damn.
to.
Could you imagine 10,000 comps? Fuck.
I believe it. It's
That's wasted.
WrestleMania.
That's wasted money. But
There's a
I
lot
want
of
my grandma to be here. I want my uncle and my grandma to watch me lose. The fuck out of here.
but great match.
WWE Women's Championship match next. I
Oh,
apologize. I mean, we're
uh,
gonna have to kind of go through because there's 2 nights of I don't want to hear you rambling all night.
yeah.
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Didn't care for this match. Couldn't care
Was
for
this
it.
was this your restroom break?
This is my Russian break.
Okay. Wow.
I did not
Okay.
care. I literally. Well, this is my go get a beer in this long ass line break.
Oh man. Yo, Barusu Slayer in the chat. What up, bruh? It's my boy Frank. Opinion gentlemen, I pretty much gave up on WWE after the downfall of WCW and all in my opinion, great wrestlers left. I've been wanting to get back in, but it's still as intense.
If you want to see intense, watch AEW. Work your way from there. Go to AEW. There's no stories really. It's all action. And if you want to get the little stories going on, you hit up a WWE for the stories.
To be honest with you, WWE is still trying to keep as intense as they were before, but they don't do it as physical. They do it more mental. They do it through their stories. They do it through the storylines they're giving. But we can say that they do get physical from time to time. It's not just holds and ground holds and submissions and stuff like they do get a little physical. Obviously, this match that we saw on Mania with Tiffany and Charlotte, Tiffany had broken teeth. She chipped one of her main front teeth. So, hey man, that's not you can't fake that unless they did that. Unless they choreographed that, which is fucking weird with her with a bloody nose too. No, someone got a receipt for all the shit talking from Charlotte.
Someone got the receipt.
So but if you want to watch some good action wrestling, Baruch Slayer, check out AEW on TNT, on TBS, on Max. If you got Max, check it out on Max. A lot of good stuff on there. I saw the TikTok and no can't fake it. You damn right. You damn right. Some of the shit cannot be faked because a lot of people talk shit. But yeah, definitely check out AEW on Max. Uh, you'll see really hard hitting wrestling on there. It's so cool.
Yeah, definitely a good alternative to WWE.
Hmm. But when you're watching WWE, you will get sunk into the characters. If you really were like a person who liked characters back in the day, I think you'll like it. I think you will like it. I mean, shit,
Hmm.
we mark out.
Yeah.
So we mark out.
I
You know
financially
what's
ruined
up?
myself. That's how much I marked out. I financially ruined myself. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Before we get to the triple threat match, you got to show us a goodie or two. I know you brought something back.
Oh yeah, I brought a lot of stuff back. So
You,
it's a quick, simple one. I got a fucking Triple H, fucking old school.
oh shit! Nice.
I figured, well, fuck it, why not, right?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I got some Jey
Yeet.
Uso glasses, Yeet
There you go.
glasses. I got this Penta mask.
Oh, you got a penta mask. Sick.
Yeah, and then
Sick.
I got this. It's a nice little helmet
Oh, very nice.
signed by Jey Uso.
No way.
Uso, yeah,
No way. That is so cool.
yeah, I'm about to sell that.
All right, chat. We're gonna do a raffle for a helmet. Oh man. Hey man, but seeing that lucha match that you have without pulling away from WWE, AEW's luchadors, they go off, man. A lot of them are offshoots from CMLL, and crazy enough, in the news, beep, 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 WWE bought out AAA. What the fuck? They
You-
announced that shit. They bought
yeah,
out AAA.
at WrestleMania, they announced it live,
Mm-hmm.
and they acquired everyone, and immediately they fired Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, yes, they did. Yes, they did. He was the champ. He was the
Yeah,
champ.
dude.
Alberto Del Rio was the champ. And they said, "We're not working with you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye."
Yeah,
That's just sick.
yeah, dude. Well, I mean, business is business, and he's bad for business at the end of the day for WWE. So,
But you know who is good for business, and I know someone who's crying at home right now. His name is Cody Brusso.
my
We mentioned our
Kingo.
good friend on this podcast quite a bit just because we love to poke at him and have fun with this guy. But his favorite wrestler from AAA that he was like, I've known this guy before anybody knew this guy. And guess what? Now he belongs to WWE. I want to taste your tears, Cody. I want to taste your tears. So back to Mania, the triple threat match: Rollins, Reigns, and Punk, with Heyman basically being fought for. What's up?
Dude, you were talking about the fucking goat in this match. The main character. It's Seth Rollins, dude. Seth Rollins outworked Roman
Hmm.
Reigns, CM Punk. He fucking put the character work. He fucking put in the fucking moves. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna take anything away from CM Punk. He pulled out everything. They hit each other's moves on each other. And then
Hmm.
Roman Reigns, you understand why they gave him that push because when the times get tough, he kind of gets his ass back out there, and then he kind of gives you a show. So it
Right.
was all in all fantastic match itself. I like the story build up on this, right? A double cross, not a single cross, a double cross. And then you
A
get
double cross.
a double cross, two crotch chops, and you get a winner and a new advocate or a new mouthpiece. This is
Dude,
this is next level, dude. This is after
what
Monday too.
really what
Ooh.
really put the icing on the cake with that was first off it was one nut shot to CM Punk, but the other nut shot to Roman Reigns. Did you see him move
Yeah.
his arm? Just really shaking the webbles around. That was
If
hilarious.
if you look, if you watched, he was sad when he did it to CM Punk. He was like, "Oh my, I'm sorry, dude." But when he did it with Roman Reigns, he was fucking mad. Like, I
Yeah.
got you, motherfucker. I
That
got you.
there was some umph in that ball in that nut shot, especially just that was nuts, dude.
Dude, but
Literally.
but again, like, what a great yeah. You could have predicted it, people had I knew I saw this coming, and maybe you did, but the match was so good on its own that whoever would have won it fair and square, would have still been a fucking great match. It
Mm-hmm.
just Paul Heyman getting involved just evolved a story and
Yeah.
made another storyline for a bunch of wrestlers instantly, right? Especially after
Mm-hmm.
Monday, and we'll talk about that. We'll get into it, but
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think good way to end night one. Great match.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk got to main event, and although he lost, I only put him in a bigger storyline. So
Yep. Yep. Who knows? Maybe could be Money in the Bank winner. You
yeah,
never know.
yeah,
You never know.
never
How they
know.
want to play it and do it. He could be out the door. We don't know. We don't know. Night two, Sunday, WrestleMania 41, right? 41.
Yeah,
Yeah. Started off with a triple threat with the Women's World Championship on the line. Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky.
great, great match from start to finish. Everyone put their everyone. Again, I liked how they counted Io Sky out, and there was, and I would think being there, it wasn't Rhea Ripley that was a favorite. It was actually Bianca Belair, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it was Bianca Belair who had more of the crowd cheers. Don't get me wrong, everyone loves, a lot of people love Rhea Ripley, but a lot of people were pretty behind Bianca. But when Io Sky won, that fucking crowd went nuts. Like the way she won and how, I think because it was such a hard hitting match, and it wasn't like everyone was involved, right? It wasn't like this build up that they have been having where they kind of push Io Sky to the side and then them two go at it. It's because it was like all around good match. Everyone was like kind of pumped that Io Sky retained it. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. It was a great match, honestly.
That's what's up. I really was hoping that Io wasn't going to retain. If Bianca or Rio won it, it would have been cool. But it is what it is. It's going to open up for something else to happen. And they're going to have other storylines that are going to happen that are going to sprawl out of this for Rio and Bianca.
Well,
So,
remember, I think like you touched on it last time. It's the shakeup, right? The draft.
yeah.
I think that's the reason why they haven't like kind of taken. They take off some titles for certain reasons, but I think it's the master plan for the next master plan, right?
Of course, you gotta, yeah. You already moved your pawns during the season. Now you actually got to move your rooks and your other bigger pieces. I don't play a lot of chess, but watch it on TV. So yeah. Next one, the Sin City Street Fight: Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest.
Badass fucking intro for fucking
Yo,
Kerry King.
Kerry King, dude, Kerry
badass,
King.
badass. I like Drew. I actually like Drew McIntyre's entrance a lot. Also, everyone in this whole fucking for the whole time this match going on, everyone's going for Drew McIntyre. Everybody, like Damian Priest, he fucking put on a fucking show, but Drew Mac, everyone's pumped that he won.
I do have to interject and say about this whole thing. I was talking with P Breezy over the phone about this. I don't know. Maybe you could give a little light, shed a little limelight, but on TV, his guitar tone sucked, like he was playing out of an old crate amplifier.
So yes and no, because it echoed through the fucking stadium. That's what you
Mhm.
were hearing because you heard the
No,
reverberation. You
no,
didn't hear
you
that?
didn't.
It was
No,
when I was
it was
there.
patched in. It was
Oh,
patched in like if it was straight off the board. It sounded like ass.
when we were there, it had a lot of echo. Like
Mhm.
so, it was like you playing a note, and you can see him playing it, and it's like a delay, right? Like for to hear
So,
it.
it felt like you were at a True Slayer concert.
Yes, exactly. Like that. Then. But great match. How do you feel about this match watching it on TV
uh,
and not being there?
I mean, it was good for other than being distracted about Kerry King just kind of going on, playing with the cassette tape and everything. I mean, it was a good match. I think a little more could have been done, knowing that they're big dudes, but kudos to Drew for taking that win.
Yeah, they do. You got tables, you got chairs, you got the steel steps.
Hmm.
Like it was a good match, and I hope this leads for something big for Drew McIntyre. Maybe Drew McIntyre is the
Hmm.
heater for Seth Rollins' new group. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, you also need to take Damian Priest out of the equation for a little bit because he is going to host a couple of Slayer comeback reunion shows that are happening. He is the special guest host
Oh,
to announce
perfect,
them.
dude.
That's why they were able to get Kerry King to come out and open for him. It was rumored that the whole band was going to be there, but fortunately, it didn't happen that way. But Kerry did come out. He's like, "I'll go do it." I'll go pull up my 112 combo amp that I just got at Guitar Center and play for you.
At Hermes downtown.
Hey, there you go. Alamo Music, shout out Alamo Music Center. Wherever beginner goes for their first Warlock guitar and Crate 112, shout out.
Like I said, I hope this leads to, to Drew Mac's like resurgence. He
Yeah.
put a lot of work into it, and hopefully gets back into the title picture. Maybe beats Jay's ass. I don't know, right? I don't know. Like
We're gonna see how it happens with the shakeup because now you still have now you're gonna have people clamoring for the new champ and the other new champ, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Next one on the match card, WWE Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match: Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio.
dude,
Son of a bitch, Dominic was so over.
dude, fucking the whole time. Like, don't get me wrong. Everyone got cheered. Everyone was pumped to see Balor, to see Penta, to see fucking Braun Breaker. But when Dom came out, there was fucking chants, and I'm pretty sure you didn't hear it, where because like people are booing, and everyone's like, they're doing that fucking that soccer chant, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom, all that bullshit, dude. It got so loud you couldn't fucking hear anything but that. So I think people realize he fucking put his time in. He's been a fucking great heel, and you need some arrogant little shit to fucking win the belt to fucking push the story, dude. And that
Dude,
the
he
whole
went from
breakup,
going not to be able to talk on the microphone to everyone just going nuts for him.
dude. People were fucking chanting, "You deserve it," so much so that I don't know if they showed it on a thing or they went to a commercial within the pay per view, but he walked the ramp and he was almost all the way out.
And he walked and he ran back to the
And
top.
he ran back. Yeah, ran back. And did they show that?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so he ran back, and dude, people were fucking going nuts. Like it was pretty badass to see. And then they were showing videos of Rey Mysterio crying, like seeing his son win, like off to the
Really?
side. So he was there, like with a handkerchief, not a mask, handkerchief covering his face with a baseball cap, and you can see him like crying on the side. I was like, that's pretty badass. You get to see your kid fucking win a belt at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
for real. And knowing that he's still in the business and could fight him for it.
yeah, exactly. So
With the shakeup.
with the shakeup. So we'll see. I think this is a great storyline for Judgment Day. See how that works out.
So I'm very curious to know about this next one. This next one on the card match.
Okay.
Did you mark out?
Say his name and
I
believe in Joe Henry. Dude, it caught me off guard because Randy Orton came out talking his shit, you know.
Yep, Randy Orton.
I really thought
Challenge.
that it was gonna be Rusev. I really did, right?
I had called Rusev.
And I was
here at the house trying to bet who could have came out.
I was actually hoping it was Karrion Kross because when he didn't win that battle royal, that Andre the Giant battle royal to face him, or when they were fighting, like I was like, dude, they're finally gonna fucking use him. He's from Vegas. It's in Vegas. He's fucking over. He really is. This is a perfect time. Even if he loses, he still gets to fucking fight Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Yep. But then the whole screen went white, and then dun, and I was like, holy shit. So it was pretty.
How big was the pop?
It was fucking big.
Yeah.
It was fucking big. I don't know. I don't know what translates because I was there, but I know I remember watching a lot of stuff. Like I'll use AEW as an example. Watching it on TV and you don't hear much, but going to all the AEW shows, it's fucking loud as shit. Mm-hmm. Right, so I don't know what you can hear or what's translated over the TV, but that pop was fucking wild, dude. Everyone's fucking swaying their arms and fucking doing the
nice.
So it was pretty badass to see. It makes sense to fucking get TNA involved, but you kind of see the fucking height difference between fucking Randy Orton and Joe Henry. Like, holy shit.
He's a beast.
He's a fucking beast. Jesus Christ, dude. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, he got to do his little turn, and then Randy Orton mocking him was fucking even hilarious. So great match. I think even though it was a quick match, it was a good match just to kind of get the TNA shit out there and continue that partnership.
You also forgot about the RKO out of nowhere. When he decided
Oh,
to
he
do
does
that
not.
one more turn, and he comes out and just fucking bangs him. It's like,
So
dude,
what happens when you try to get your shit in?
yep, you can't get your shit in with Randy Orton. You damn right. You damn right. This next one was unfortunately a bad for big for me because I was not interested in it, and I felt very bad for AJ Styles, but it was Logan Paul versus AJ Styles.
So as much as a lot of people hated it, Logan Paul really fucking showed out, dude. Like he does good shit. He does good in ring work. But I
Hmm.
thought AJ Styles deserved more.
Yep.
But I watched the whole match and it was actually pretty good. The way it ended with Karrion Cross coming out and trying to give him the knuckles and him saying no and he's like, dude, you're an idiot. And
Yep.
him so I can see that story build up, but unless Logan Paul is going to become a full timer, I just don't like. I don't see why he beat AJ Styles. That's my big disappointment.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it's not his last match send off kind of thing because I would hopefully expected more because I know they did that with who was it Baron Corbin when Baron Corbin did that to who was it Kurt Angle, and that
yeah,
was just horrible,
yeah.
horrible. Next match on the bill, the women's tag team championship match, Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
So everyone's behind Judgment Day. Everyone, although they popped for Becky, they booed, and it was a lot of boos. A lot. It was a lot of boos. So I don't know what you heard on TV, but that's what happened in real life. So people popped. Don't get me wrong.
Ooh.
Everyone heard her music. People fucking popped and went crazy
Mm-hmm.
initially, and they started booing her when they realized this is why you took Bailey's spot. At least I did, right? That's how I felt. Okay, you fucking took Bailey's spot because it's Lyle Carey, whatever. But then when they won, they booed the shit out of them, dude. They
Right.
booed the shit out of them real quick, and everyone was fucking mad. And I'm sure your household can attest. You were not happy that they lost that championship belt, tag team.
Very true. Very true. Everybody over here was upset about it because we didn't want them to lose to Becky. And two belts, Lyra. Come on, dude. Like
Mm-mm.
she doesn't even deserve the one belt she has on her shoulder, but it's because she was getting the Irish rub.
Well, she got rubbed down, that's for sure, on Monday. We'll talk about it.
And then last but not least, the undisputed WWE Championship match between John Cena and Cody
Let
Rhodes.
Let me ask you this. Let me get your take from you watching at home. You being a John Cena fan, and Cynthia being a hardcore Cody fan, and
Hmm.
your kids are in between. Cassandra doesn't really care for John Cena. I don't know how she feels about Cody Rhodes, and Jonathan loves John Cena. So well, how was your family? Were they
And Draven
divided?
was here, and
And
Draven loves Cena.
so were you divided, or was
Yep.
this?
House divided, and it was awesome.
How did you feel about the match overall? Give me your take on this particular match.
John Cena gave a clinic. John Cena gave us a clinic. I will die on that hill because he went old school. Cody Rhodes is a fast paced worker when he wants to be. He has his sets of fast moves, hit moves, what he does when he goes around the ring, almost, like a light featherweight, middleweight, you know. So his little mini luchador style on top of all that. But John Cena kept it simple. John Cena had it throwback. John Cena told a story like the older timers say with what he was doing because he made that last. And then everything had to screw up because whoever was expecting The Rock and The Rock did not come out. We got Travis Scott and that exchange with Travis Scott. I'm glad Cody crossroad him or whatever, but that was just stupid. But we got an old school. Well, there goes Cena to go hit him with the belt. He hit him in the nuts and hit him with the belt. Old school. Everyone's expecting something different, and he brought it back full fucking circle. Why not give him heel stuff? And he did. And of course, everyone was mad about it. And the shock and awe when the 1, 2, 3 hit, you were not expecting it to be that simple, but it was. And you can't beat that for 17. It was exactly what he said it was going to be. It was going to be fucking easy.
So, I like your take on this. Let me give you my take. He said, if you remember what John Cena said, I'm going to
Hmm.
ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
He goes, and he gave his interview, and he goes, what do you think was going to happen? I slowed it down because you want fast pace.
Hmm.
Travis Scott, who you don't want there, got involved. I'm ruining
Hmm.
wrestling. What part of ruining wrestling don't you fucking get? I'm trying to ruin this for you. I'm trying to ruin your experience because it's about me. Fuck the fans. It's about me getting number 17,
Exactly.
right? So, and you're right. This fucking John Cena put on a fucking clinic. So much so that when he won, everyone was apologizing to John Cena. Sorry, Cena. Big ass chance, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But what the crazier part of it was is everyone was fucking booing Cody every time he got a shot in.
Really?
Booing the fuck out of every time he got a hit on John Cena. Booed the fuck out of him. Booed him, and then when he was getting over, they booed him. And don't get me wrong, everyone booed Travis Scott also. Like they were pretty kind of pumped that he like his music hit. And you're thinking it's gonna lead into the Rock song when he didn't come out, and he was the disappointment that came out. Everyone booed him. When Cody hit him with the crossroads, people cheered. And then when John Cena fucking nut shot at him, people went fucking nuts, and they're like, "This is it. The person who deserves number 17 is gonna get number 17." And it was pretty badass, dude. It was. I'm glad I was there for his fucking final WrestleMania. I'm not gonna lie, like it was badass. It's a great. It was a great show. Great way to end night 2, Sunday, and even better on Monday. To be honest with you, it's crazy as it may sound.
No, that's a good thing though, because Monday did have its little plethora of stuff, but I only see a couple of things on here.
I can kind of give you the rough down of the card. So John Cena comes out, tells you, he says it straight up. He goes, "I told you what was going to happen. I told you what was going to happen last night. I am where I deserve to be, number 17." And everyone started to chant. He goes, "You don't deserve me here. You don't deserve me here. You see that? I'm supposed to make 35 appearances, and you already got 1, 2, 3. I'm down to 24 appearances, not matches. If I just show up, I did my job. I don't have to wrestle." Because people start chanting, "You can't wrestle." He goes, "That's the point. I don't have to wrestle. I'm just going to show up." And then everyone, he goes, "You don't appreciate me. You don't appreciate all the sweat and tears I did for you, and you turn your back on me, and then you wonder why. Why do you wonder why I don't care anymore?" And then the "I'm sorry, Cena" started. "I'm sorry, Cena." The whole arena. It was pretty badass. And then of course, right at the end, you bring back the classic rivalry.
Oh man!
Randy Orton slithers in like a goddamn snake and hits him with RKO, dude. The fucking crowd went nuts. They went fucking nuts. It was fucking wild. It was wild there, dude. It was wild.
Dude, I love it. Barucha Slayer in the chat. See, that sounds like the last match of Sting and Ric Flair and the WCW. Sorry, I know I'm behind. LOL.
Hey,
But I mean,
that's the best part of classic, like watching wrestling. Like you can reference a lot of old school shit.
we don't worry. You're more than welcome to bring in all the old school stuff because we do talk about that here too. It's not just about what we're watching on TV because we do small. We do Tuesday shows where we do a lot of old school. We talk about the old school stuff and even talk something on the live stuff if we want to do something different. So always bring that love for the old school that we do.
That's
We
right.
do.
We do around here.
Uh-huh.
Nah, it was This is a rivalry. I was hoping for Randy Orton, John Cena, or John Cena, CM Punk, and both of those things could still happen. We know one's already going to happen, and it's the next pay-per-view is in St. Louis, so
Backlash only makes sense.
So great way to fucking build up to that, and everyone who was a Cody crybaby and was bitching about him losing, and John Cena doesn't deserve it, and Travis Scott and all this other bullshit. They fucking just said, "Fuck you, we're going to the next thing," and you're already fucking pumped about it. Randy Orton, John Cena, who doesn't want to see that?
Yep.
If you don't want to see that, then you're not a wrestling fan. Let's just be real. So, great way to start.
I'm excited
Raw.
for it. I'm excited for it.
Great way to start Raw, dude. Great way to start Raw.
But we did have a match on there that was awesome to see, which was the Judgment Day. Liv and Raquel going back after Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria to get those titles back, and did they ever? Liv Morgan was pissed at the end. Like you could see the intensity that was going on with her. She was so hyped about just being able to pummel Lyra Valkyria into the damn ground.
She pummeled the shit out of her, dude. She pummeled like you could hear the fucking like loud. It echoed like she was beating the shit out of her. That's beating the shit out of her. And then they pull it off, and then everyone's booing Becky. Everyone's booing Becky. They're not booing Lowry because everyone never wanted to see Judgment Day lose, and then Becky
Hmm.
turns, and people cheer. People
Yep.
fucking cheer. Like finally, like this is the person we need. Like we didn't want you to come back, or the way you did. We didn't want you to come back. So
Yeah. If you're
yeah.
gonna come back, make it interesting. Not big time Bex,
Mhm.
whatever.
So
But there's rumors now that she could be the first Paul Heyman girl.
which makes sense. Heel husband, Seth. Like doesn't
Give us the
hurt.
faction. Give us the faction.
Faction, yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? Do you remember in WCW the Dangerous Alliance with Paul Heyman? And Paul Heyman had Arn Anderson, Stone Cold, Rick Rude, William Regal. He had all the bad guys, dude. He had all the bad guys in it. They were called the Dangerous Alliance. That's the next thing to happen, dude. Dangerous Alliance shit. So I want to see a big NWO style faction.
Dude, Barusu in the chat. It blew my mind because I remember when CM Punk left and he was like, never coming back. When I heard he had, I wanted to see it but didn't get to. So yes, make it interesting. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. He left because he was hurt. He wasn't getting the attention and things that he needed. So he said, I'm gone. Fuck it. And then he took time off. And then that other company, AEW, were the ones that brought him back because they needed that big draw. They didn't because they had their own group of homegrown that they were doing to bring up. But CM Punk is a draw no matter where he's at. And he did go back to AEW. He did go to AEW. He stayed there for a while. He was the main champ. He did not want a championship, but the owner is a big wrestling nerd uh, with buku money and got him that championship. He did get injured, came back from injury, did one more big show out there, and then decided to, you know, leave contract or whatever happened. I think contract expired,
Yeah,
and we're back in WWE. And here we go. And like I have said it before, and I'll say it again, whether it was the old podcast, this podcast, I'm glad he came back so that way he can get off some more to help out the people, get into the Hall of Fame, and then retire gently into the whisk of the wind and do whatever he needs to do from here. Help out the next young talent, especially with promos.
yeah, yeah. We'll get into him here in a little bit for sure. So after Becky Lynch's turn, who comes out? So they did a couple of live. They did a couple of tag team stuff like interactions, and the New Day was about to fight the Alpha Babes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hear music that's not familiar, but kind of
Yep.
familiar, and the fucking Redeemer.
The Redeemer is back.
But
Well,
we
he
don't call him
wasn't the
Miro.
Redeemer.
We're not the Redeemer. It's Rusev Day. Everyone
That's
was
right.
screaming Rusev Day,
I
and
don't know
Rusev.
why he
Yeah,
didn't have to, but that was what he was called before.
dude, it was fucking nuts. And then him beating the fuck out of Otis and doing the fucking his camel clutch. Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
badass. It was badass. It was great to see him, and the pop he got kind of like gives me hope that they might do something with him. But we'll see. We'll see because
We'll
he's got a lot of
see.
there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition.
Yes, there is.
So, what do you see the card there by chance?
What I have here from SmackDown.com
Okay.
was only three things that were on here, which was the tag team championship match.
Oh,
Uh
Dominic Mysterio fought Penta
huh.
for he defended
And
his championship and retained
yes.
it. Great way, dude. And JD McDonough comes out and saves him at the end. And it looked for a second like Finn was about to screw him over.
Mm-hmm.
So that storyline's building up. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
Yep.
But it was a great showing for Dominic. Dude, people went fucking nuts and started yelling that he deserves it, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
time, and he's just doing his shit. He's trying to still do the heel shit, but it's not getting over. Like they want to push him as
No,
a face.
no, they got him pretty good now as a face.
Yeah,
So
so it was a good match.
when it happens organically, you cannot deny it because now everyone's going to be on the bandwagon, and no matter what you do, they're just going to be right there cheering you on, even though you're trying to do all this bad shit that you used to do. And so you might as well just keep it going. Just keep it
Yeah,
going.
it was a good title defense. Him and Penta put on a show, and they've been having their beef since Penta came back Penta debuted. So it was a good match. Another good showing for Dom, and he fights a strong person like Penta. It works out.
Hmm.
It's a win-win for both.
The match that I was stoked to see was the champion versus champion match, which was Io Sky versus Stephanie McCare. Oh man, that was rolling well. They should have put a title on the line. It would have been more interesting, but
You see why they didn't. You see why they didn't.
well, they still could have been uh, lost because of DQ. They still could have done the same thing. It wouldn't have mattered if they were still going to do the DQ loss.
Yeah.
Someone interrupts, no one wins, but at least to give them more umph. But to see them both in the ring was good. I liked it.
They had
I
they
liked it.
had they had a good match, and people were pumped. Like, dude, that's a great match to have two champions who both retained their championship at WrestleMania and stand deliver to put on a Monday night. It was
Hmm.
bad. It was a great match, and you're right. It was just rolling, and then you gotta continue the stories. And Roxanne Perez and Julia come, and Julia, that's funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, they come out and they just they kind of get into the interjection in that match, and there you go. So I'm curious to see if that was more like a build up for NXT, or is that something that Roxanne Perez is going to make her way to the main roster, or is Stephanie
Well, Roxanne
McGuire?
Perez is in the main roster right now. She's on SmackDown. I think that was just her just
She
causing
fought she
mayhem.
she fought in NXT on Tuesday against
Yeah, yeah.
Stephanie
They still
McGuire.
use her back and forth, but she is on the SmackDown roster right now. She is on the
Okay,
SmackDown
okay. I
roster, but
wasn't sure if she was or not. So
obviously not watching SmackDown. But yes, she is on SmackDown. She's had plenty of matches on SmackDown as of late, but they still use her over there in NXT because it still brings good drama.
perfect. So they got Julia for Stephanie and Roxanne for Io. Smart.
Hmm.
And Io and Roxanne are roughly the same size, so that'd be a quick pace match.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You want to get to the end of it? Ooh.
Yeah, get to the end of it.
Well, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins come out, talk their shit, and Paul Heyman's giving his reasons why he did it. Hey, you put me in a predicament. Roman Reigns put me in a predicament, and really, my best friend CM Punk put me in a bigger predicament. He knows that I'm loyal to Roman Reigns, and he knows he's gonna fuck with him. But you're my best friend. I'm gonna live up to my word and honor my favor to you. And hey, someone has to walk out of there victorious, and he decided to side with Seth. And then the music hits, CM Punk comes out, they start fighting. It's a big old brawl. Then Roman Reigns comes out, and it's a bigger brawl. And he attacks Paul Heyman, attacks Seth Rollins, and then him and CM Punk. I don't remember 100% if him and CM Punk got into it at all. Him and Roman Reigns. I don't remember
No,
that part. No, right?
no.
Okay, so all of that,
They were both going after Seth.
they're both beating his ass, and then, well, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, being as smart as he is, doesn't come alone and always is like 5 steps ahead. And what do you know?
Acquired a new person for their
Yeah,
faction.
out of the shadows, fucking Braun Breaker, who recently lost his IC title to Dom, just fucking spears the shit out of fucking Roman Reigns, and then
Hmm.
spears the shit out of fucking CM Punk.
Yep.
And they stand tall, and he's aligned himself with Seth and fucking Paul Heyman, which is badass. This is something I've been waiting for especially for Seth. Like, he needs a faction. He was doing good with Buddy Murphy when they had that, but they didn't have enough traction with the Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah.
Yep.
So I'm curious if they continue to add people. Like we said earlier, Becky Lynch just went heel. She might be a Paul Heyman girl. They add
It'd be nice to see it because it's something different that they haven't done yet. Yeah, we've seen that you could put a female in a faction that's not a valet or a manager. Obviously, Judgment Day, but now you have more than one because you have a tag team in there. So why not do it? Especially you haven't seen Seth and Becky do much together before, except for when they did like some older stuff when they were doing the uh
the
brand versus
intramural.
brand
Yeah.
stuff and then the intergender tag team stuff. So yes, let's see something. Let's see something. And I would like to see Becky take the belt off of Lyra because I don't think Lyra's deserving of it yet.
No. Now let me ask you this: in this, obviously, it's starting to become a group or maybe a faction. Do you want to see a decent sized faction, or do you want them to be just the two guys and maybe a female
Dude,
with Paul
I miss
Heyman?
the factions that had like 5 or 6 people.
Okay,
You
so
know,
that's where I'm at. I want to see
let's
Drew
right now.
McIntyre.
If you've noticed, McMahon was very big on trios. very for whatever reason with the writers before he was gone, before he left, all that shit. He was very big on trios, and I know Triple H kind of kept it the same for a bit, but he also knows bigger factions. So let's see some more people do some more rough shot. Now that you're going to try to bring other names back into the company.
Yeah, I'm pumped, and my first suggestion is Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. And if you want to add a female, Becky Lynch now that she's turned heel. So, would you have any thoughts on maybe who you want to see or think
I
you
don't
might
care
see?
about Drew personally, but
Okay.
if Drew fits, why not throw Rusev in there? Because you already know Rusev's going to get thrown to the limelight. I mean, he's not going to get any limelight. He's going to get thrown through whatever. He's not. He comes in hot and then gets cold and stale really quickly. So why are you going to throw him to the back burner when you can put him in the front and he would be another person to have there as an enforcer? I would like to see Rusev there with them.
Okay. Okay. I just think, I mean, I'll run with Drew Mac only because of that, the fuck the system. I'm getting fucked over kind of thing.
I mean
So,
that works. It does. It does. But eventually, I'd like to see another faction happen. You know, if you're going to have a faction, you got to have another one that's going to come together and fight those forces because it it will get old watching. And let's throw a WCW thing back into this. You know, 6 months of a faction running roughshod before you actually have one guy that's going to try to take them all out by himself.
yes. Agreed. Agreed. Agreed, Diamond Dallas Page.
They they
But,
it's me.
dude, it'd be cool to see a big faction and then for some reason, four more Paul Heyman guys, Brock, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns create a little super team, and you got that rough shot going. Like there's a lot of storyline that could be there. There's a lot of storyline that could build up real quick with this, and having Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman, the fucking possibilities are endless. To be honest with you, so I'm looking forward to some
I
fucking
agree.
wrestling. I'm looking forward to
Yes,
more wrestling. This is a good
let's
build up.
keep the train going for once because you know what it never fails that we know things are going right and then they start getting lackluster. I know we're still off the hype of WrestleMania, the day after Mania. We get the SmackDown coming up tomorrow after Mania, which is going to bring some more people in. Hopefully, we see Aleister Black debuting tomorrow. But what's really going to be like the kicker is after Backlash, are they going to keep the momentum up because everything gets stale before SummerSlam?
Well,
So this
last year the build up for summer or the year before, which was it? Last year or the year before? The summer wrestling was big, like the whole
mm,
summer. So I don't. I mean,
they need to keep it big because this year is going to be the first year SummerSlam is 2 nights like WrestleMania, a Saturday and Sunday. So they're going to need to keep it going and keep it big and keep that momentum if they want to get ticket sales done for that event. Because son of a bitch, if they don't,
this will be the first and last time of 2 nights.
supposedly, yeah,
Yeah. So
supposedly.
we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of wrestling. I had the privilege of being there for fucking 8 days, 7 days.
That's what's up, man. Bless your job for letting
Oh,
you stay employed.
they were not happy about it. But guess what? Work WrestleMania. I'm always gonna pick WrestleMania. Sorry, buddies. Like
Hey, man, that's our Super Bowl.
exactly. It's a
That's
first.
what
This
anybody
is
say.
my very first WrestleMania. You think I was gonna give up the opportunity to say no? I'll miss most of it, and I'll just go there for the weekend. Fuck
Yeah,
no. Fuck no. Fuck no.
that's what's
I
up.
was lucky enough to go and be able to experience everything that there was to do fucking there. Got autographs, got fucking merch, got cool stuff.
But the question is, when it happened, did you eat?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Damn
absolutely,
right.
absolutely.
That's what's up.
It was even though I wanted Gunther to win, it was still a badass moment for him. And like I said, I like Jey Uso. I just didn't like this initial buildup. So
Yeah.
it was awesome to see him win. It was awesome to see fucking John Cena capture number 17. He's fucking goaded, like for real. He's goaded. Like
Hmm.
just can't he can't be touched at this point, which is pretty awesome. And it's gonna be
Yeah.
nice to see the next person who gets there. So
Yep.
what else? There's a lot of wrestling. I mean, some good women's wrestling matches,
Hmm.
some okay matches. Newcomers, Jacob Fatu, Dominic Mysterio, new champs. Like that's fucking awesome. That was
Yep.
awesome to see.
I'm
So
glad that there were some belt changes because if not, it would have been another boring pay per view PLE, and you need to keep it interesting. But I am curious to see what they're gonna do when they decide to bring the draft, the WWE draft. Hopefully it's soon, and that way we can see what else is going on. Because I mean, right now they're kind of flip flopping through both brands, but now that Mania is over with, that shit should stop.
Yeah, yeah. So this is what was it? Monday was day one of
Hmm.
365 to the next Mania.
Yep.
So like that they plan. This is long storytelling, like for real, for real. So although you might not be sure or might hate some of those outcomes, you gotta let them cook. You gotta let them fucking just. You gotta let it play out. It might play out. It might not play out. It might pay off.
Your brisket ain't made in an hour, bruh.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
gotta let that
You
bitch
let it simmer.
smoke.
Let it smoke and
That's
simmer.
right. Let it smoke and simmer. You're damn
Perfect,
right.
perfect time
And
for SummerSlam. Going into the Royal Rumble and then going all the way there.
don't forget, John Cena's out in December.
That's
No
it.
matter no matter what happens, we got Cena with the belt as long as he can hold it, but still on our TVs till December,
Or
even if it's sporadic.
27 appearances or
Well,
matches.
yeah,
That's it. That's all we're going for.
27 appearances and or matches. So some of them will be matches, some of them won't. But that guarantees you at least once a month
Yeah,
from here to then.
yeah,
I mean, obviously, it's 8 months we have left of the year, give or take. Where
yeah,
April's almost over, so at least what 3 times a month,
yeah. And the
two
cool
times a
thing
month.
is, they have his new merch for him going to Dallas on Friday tomorrow.
Oh,
They have his new spinner belt. It has the Dallas stuff on there, the Texas stuff. It's pretty badass. So
that's what's up.
you might want to get your tickets if for San Antonio, July 18th. Might want to
They
get
will
it.
be here at the Frost Bank Center. Yeah,
Yeah, and if
yeah.
he's on SmackDown, that might be something you want to go see.
When I see if he makes the move, if he makes the move, yeah, I'll go haunt him at the hotels. I'll go autograph on him,
There you
piss him
go.
off.
Just hound him. It's like, I need your
Yep.
autograph, bro. So another great week of wrestling. A lot of ups and downs, and
Mm-hmm.
we're just
Mm-hmm.
glad we were able to
Man,
experience
a
it.
great weekend. I mean, it's like a great week and a half, man.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
The,
wrestling.
the build up to our Super Bowl, man, and now Super Bowl happened. We're back on that road, start all over again, but it's gonna be good. It's
That's right.
gonna be good.
Back to square one. Back to
Yep.
square one. But
And
catch
that
us,
means
huh?
we here at BTR are gonna be back to square one because we'll be giving you your Tuesday show. We'll be doing our live on Thursday. Don't forget to hit up the socials. Don't forget to hit up us on Twitch. Shout out to Barucha Slayer hanging out in the chat with us today. Always good having you, my brother. And definitely you can check out his channel. Barucha Slayer hangs out and plays a bunch of video games. I saw some Halo videos on there the last time. I'll have to join up and link it with you, bro. For real. I haven't
Nice,
done
nice. We
multiplayer in a hot minute, but yeah, that's going to be fun. But uh, with everything else that's going on, don't forget to keep your eye on what we do because we're always have something special going on Tuesdays. Thursdays is the live show where we just like to chat it up. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Hit everything that you go for your what is it, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast. We should be there. Hopefully, Randy's doing his job and making sure we're there. And
don't even want to do the job here. Don't
I,
even do my
I,
job.
I put it in his hands, man. I put the glory of this show in his hands, and that's that's the way we do it. That's the way we do it.
Ain't that some shit, right? Hey, he, oh,
Before
he
Thursday
he
night,
shows up. He shows up. That's pretty much it.
I show up and I bring the heat because if you don't have the heat, guess what? You're just you're playing with stale hot dogs, bro. And I ain't that hungry.
You like to play with hot dogs? Dirty
You
dog.
you play
You
you play
dirty
with stale
dog.
hot
Dirty
dogs. You
dog.
dirty
Dirty dog.
dog.
You goddamn dirty dog. You son of a bitch.
Dirty damn
Hey, but we
dog.
appreciate it.
I'm Retro Relapse. This guy is Randizzle.
Hey, don't forget more stories, more violence. Woo!
Let's go.